I'll get in a little closer here.
There you go.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Wide World of Sodas, where we talk a little bit about sodas and a whole lot about music. Yeah, which makes total sense, right?
Of course.
This is Scott.
Dave.
And today our soda is, we're sticking with the new fancy Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
And this one is the one, I think when we did the ginger lime, we went through all the flavors and I couldn't remember one. This is it.
This is the one we couldn't
Twisted Mango. So,
give that a try.
Yeah, let's give it a little bit of a try.
Looks like
here.
Diet Coke.
Looks like Diet Coke.
Smells like Diet Coke.
Smells like Diet Coke.
Oh,
Let me top you off. A nice head on that.
It's going to run over the side.
Yes, it is. Okay. I'll lower my seat just a little bit. There we go. And let's test it. Let's test it out. Use the ginger lime as a frame of reference, plus regular Diet Coke. What do you think?
It's very subtle. I mean, even with the ginger lime, I was having a hard time catching the flavor, but this one tastes like Diet Coke with a little hint of mango.
Hint of mango.
Just a hint.
Yep. I like it. I guess the question I have with all of these is since it is kind of like this hint, I think the ginger's the strongest one of the bunch. Why?
Yeah, why bother?
I mean,
just have a different can.
Maybe if you're a Diet Coke person, you just
to look cool.
Right.
You know,
they are cool looking cans. It definitely.
Of course, you look. You know, if you want to be Britta from the community, who's been advertising these.
Oh yes, I know.
I can't remember the actress's name.
I don't either. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll give it a thumbs up with it's Diet Coke.
It's Diet Coke.
If you like Diet Coke,
always a thumbs up for Diet Coke.
You'll like this, and it is a little bit of a change of pace.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So this week,
there's a guy named Bob Davis who is a frequent commenter on the channel. Who I can't remember what video it was on, but he asks hey, when you guys why do you do a video about an album that you really like, but there's just that song on it that is probably overplayed and you just can't stand it anymore. Can't stand's the wrong word. So we're gonna call this episode "Love the Album, Tired of the Song." Hate the song. Yeah. That's too strong. Tired of the song.
Yep.
So you got one for us to start out?
So just to start out, I think it's going to be Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine." It is just so overplayed. I mean, I love Guns N' Roses. I love their music. But Axl Rose, class guy, but
maybe I don't know.
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah. New lead singer of AC/DC.
Well, that's true. Right? Yeah. Well, for good reason. Well, because our friend can't do it anymore. He's gotten old and his hearing.
I think if they went a little more sparingly, he might be able to.
Anyway, Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine, yeah, that's a one. I guess the ones I just like top of my head. Everybody knows I love Journey, and I hope I don't offend people when I say I'm just a little bit sick of Don't Stop Believing.
It's
a great album. Escape is an incredible album, and it wasn't even the lead single off of Escape. There are other songs on that album, and really at this point I can listen to anything but if that comes on the radio, the kids are like shocked. Dad, why are you turning the station? Why are you turning the station? It's like I love it, but
and it's
been
such
a great song.
It's been adopted by any and every cause.
Yep.
Right? So,
yep. Yeah. Number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me, Steve Miller, Fly Like an Eagle.
Oh, yeah.
So he, Steve Miller, good albums, good songs, but man, that Fly Like an Eagle again, overplayed.
Yeah. It's just like when you hear it on the radio and you know that something like from Steve Miller or Journey or Guns N' Roses coming up, you're just thinking, please don't let it be that song. Please don't let it. And then like 90% of the time,
there it is. It's that song.
Right?
I love the radio block parties, but 2 for Tuesday or whatever you're going to block party weekends.
One of them is going to be it's going to be there. Want to hear.
Yep.
Yeah, I would go with "Living on a Prayer" Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. It wasn't the lead single, but it's the one that's taken on a life of its own. If you know this Bon Jovi's coming up on the radio, you're gonna
living on a prayer.
You're gonna have Richie Sambora singing into that vocoder, and we're gonna hear about Tommy and Gina one more time.
There you go.
I'm sick of Tommy and Gina. I'm tired of them putting his guitar in hock and all that stuff.
Well, you're sick of them. I'm sick of Jack and Diane. So
yeah.
That little
John
Mellencamp. John Cougar Mellencamp. John Mellencamp. Yeah. Pick a name, John. But yeah, Jack and Diane. That one. It's over. I'm done with that one. Of course, I don't know that I really liked that one to begin with.
I liked it. That was one of those songs where I got confused on the lyrics as a 15 or 16-year-old. It's like where it says where we're women and men or something like that. I always thought it was swimming again.
Oh, there you go.
And there's that other line. I always want to just think, get your hands out from between her knees, Jack. Come on, Mellencamp, quit writing lyrics like that.
Yeah.
Get the hand out of there. Stop it.
Maybe that's a topic for another one.
Missed
lyrics.
Yeah, misheard lyrics.
Yeah.
So there are two albums, though, that really, I love these albums. And they're part of my personal collection. And I love the bands. But there's songs on it that I can't stand. And one of them would be Get the Knack, the debut album by the Knack. I love the Knack. Doug Fieger, Bert Navarre, great band who hit with their song My Sharona, which I'm so tired of.
That one's tired. Yeah.
That album though is phenomenal. It's produced by Mike Chapman of Blondie, and it's got a number of great songs. Really just all-out rockers, from Good Girls Don't to She's So Selfish to a love song called Otera. Just really good stuff, very Beatles-esque in a way, but I just can't stand My Sharona. At this point, it's almost a hate it thing. It is almost a hate it thing. I mean, it's the song that attracted me to the band, to the album, and I just can't handle it anymore.
Can't do it anymore.
Is there one like that for you?
Yeah, I think it's, I'm a huge Rush fan.
Yeah.
I love Rush, but Tom Sawyer, the Moving Pictures album, it kind of felt like a diversion for them anyway, but Tom Sawyer itself is just, it's overplayed, it's overhyped. It's not my favorite song of theirs, to be honest with you. Yeah. The rest of the album's pretty decent, but that song's just way over the top.
Yeah. I see you've got some other names on there. You want to throw out just a litany of other...
Well,
it's like almost like a rant around the Festivus tree here.
It is. It's the rant. So the Eagles, big fan of the Eagles. Disco Strangler. Oh gosh, that song was awful. But from just an album standpoint, I love Van Halen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Their third iteration with Gary Cherone, that Van Halen 3 album, the whole album, just not even worth.
Ill-conceived.
Yeah,
I don't know what they were going for.
Grunge-esque.
Can we blame it on grunge?
Let's blame it on grunge.
I feel like we should blame it on grunge. There's a lot of... there's another guy out there that does videos that tends to blame a lot of things on grunge, and truthfully, I think he has a point in some things. Let's blame this one on grunge.
It's very heavy. It's very grungy. The growling guitar, it's not an Eddie guitar kind of thing, and the songs and the lyrics themselves are just off. So.
Yeah. It lacked that sense of fun.
It did.
Some of the albums with Dave and with Sammy had.
And Sammy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, that was, if I didn't give him the proper shout out, that was Bob Davis that suggested that.
Thanks,
Bob. That was phenomenal. I wish I could speak in Japanese. I think he lives in Japan. I do know how to say, courtesy of Styx, domo arigato. That's all I know how to say. Yeah.
Well, we can say konnichiwa or konbanwa, whichever time of day it is that you're watching this.
You know more than me.
Only because my wife speaks Japanese.
That's right. She spent some time over there, right?
She did. She spent
That's awesome.
Some time in Japan. So.
Very cool. All right. So, as usual, we thank you for watching. We would encourage you to give it a thumbs up. Come on. It's the least you can do. We're sitting here for almost 10 minutes now, yapping away about music and drinking our little sodas.
But thanks most of all.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.